Hey, welcome to the channel. This is Backyard Motorworks. Come on inside. We'll show you the first project on the channel. My name's Corey. Welcome to Backyard Motorworks. We've got the first project on the channel. We're going to grab that camera. We'll bring you inside. But if you can tell by the front of it, it's an El Camino, and I am super excited to work on this thing. So we're about an hour away from our house, where we do most of our work in the backyard or in the driveway when the wife lets us. But as you can see, we found this beautiful little El Camino sitting in this side barn. It's been about 10 to 12 years. Not exactly sure when it was last on the road, but man, this is going to be a fun project. So we'll get this camera flipped around. We'll head inside, show you what this car is all about. We've been out here once before, just long enough to look at it and say, yep, we'll take it. And now's where the fun really begins, I guess you could say, or the work. We got to see what this thing's all about. So let's head inside, give this car a good look over. So there you go, 1977 El Camino. Like I said, it's about 10 to 12 years the last time this thing was on the road. She has been sitting for a while, so we're definitely going to have to go through this thing. There's a few little issues with it. You can see that headliner falling from inside. That's no big deal. A little bit of the trim is starting to come off, that kind of stuff, that rubber trim. But really, overall, for the couple of minutes that we looked at this thing before we said, yep, take our money, it looked okay to us. We'll kind of give it a little bit of a walk around here before we start getting inside, get that hood open, see what's in the back. But as you can see, really, overall, decent car. Rockers, great shape. I'll show you, obviously, we don't know exactly what's underneath that trim on the outside, but we'll show you on the inside here in a minute. Seems very solid. This is the worst part of the car, probably right here when it comes to the bodywork. You can see this real well. It's starting to go pretty bad, and the inner side going pretty bad as well. We'll get some light in here in a little bit and go over it a little bit better. We've got a tonneau cover on it. We'll have to get in there and see what that bed looks like. You can see where I'm talking about that rubber trim and stuff all starting to come off. Not a big deal. Get around to the back here. You can see tailgate, really good shape. It's not rusted through or anything like that. A little bit of paint coming off and moss and mold and that kind of thing, but overall, extremely good shape. We got one down tire over here. We'll have to see if that'll hold some wind. Kind of sneak on past here. You can see over this wheel well, not nearly as bad as the other one. It is starting to go though, but the inner is definitely in much better shape. Once again, I'll get a flashlight here in a little bit and we'll show you better. Same thing on this side. Excellent shape. Doesn't look like the rockers or anything like that are rotten. They should be pretty easy to work on. Get this thing back to life. We're gonna have to get a few things moved out of the way here so we can walk around a little bit better. A couple of little cracks and dings in the paint, but for a 1977, what can you expect? I think with a little bit of polishing and stuff, these old bumpers will come back to shine, and a whole lot of washing, of course. So I'd love to say that we're going to be getting this thing running and driving in one video, but unfortunately that's not going to happen. We're going to be a few videos into this thing before we get going, but really today is just a good look over at it. We only took a few minutes when we came and said, yep, take our money. So today's really our first chance to kind of go over this thing. We can get this cover off. We've got a cap back there we'll have to show you. We'll have to decide which one we're going to use. Obviously, we let you guys in the comments let us know what we should use. But really, our first look at this thing was good. We, obviously good enough to buy it. So now we can just start digging into this thing. So like I showed you, tailgate, really good shape. We're going to pop off this cover and we can start looking inside and see what's inside. Always the best place to look. Make sure you don't have any engine parts or anything along those lines. So we're just going to pop this thing off. We popped a few covers off already, or buttons I should say. Well, we got some tire, a couple pieces of metal, some floor mats, that kind of thing, but overall, it's looking pretty good in here. Getting caught on that rubber. I don't see any holes right off the bat. No bees or anything jumping out at me or little rodents. So that's always good. Peel that off. See a mirror in there from something. But I don't see any engine parts. So that's definitely a good sign. I'll grab the camera. Come on in a little bit closer. You guys can see what I see. All right, so here we go. We got the flashlight here. Hopefully you guys can see. Down in this back corner, I mean, other than a pile of metal, there is no holes. We'll get this stuff all cleaned out here in a minute so we can really look. Bunch of parts. Looks like we got some trim down there. But up in the front corner, although a little bit of dirt and stuff, I mean, it is solid. Get this out of the way. You can see solid, not a spot of rust. I mean, holes of rust, I should say. So lots of good paint. Doesn't look like there's barely a ding in this thing. I don't think there's been too much carried around in the bed of this El Camino in its lifetime, that's for sure. See over on that wheel well, still really nice paint. That corner in great shape. Obviously, we'll get some of this stuff moved around. Got a spare tire. Still holding air by the looks of it. We got a few other things here. I don't know exactly what it is. Probably stuff that's been cut out of the floor. Looks like an old floor brace, that kind of thing there. Maybe a piece of a floor pan. Got some interior pieces here, some wood. But we'll take a minute. We'll get this stuff all yanked out. Then we can really have a good look at this floor. But I think we made out really, really good. I don't think we're going to have to do a whole lot of work to this. We'll get the tailgate flip down here. Just give me a second. Pull that open. Oh, same thing. Great shape. Got a little bit of starting right there in that corner, right down in there. But really, overall, once again, great shape. Same thing, just a tiny little bit in that corner. Tailgate, though, is in excellent shape. Just a little bit of surface rust right there where it's starting to go. But sides, everything like that. Man, so far, so good. That's for sure. We'll get some of this junk taken out. We'll bring you back here in just a second. Make sure we give this bed a full look over before we move to that inside, because I have a feeling that inside might be a little bit worse off than this. Bunch of interior panels here. Nice old jack. Nice. Oh. Got a bunch of labeled bags here with all the hardware. That's awesome. Thank you, previous owner. So there we go. We got it all cleaned out, as you were seeing there, and it looks really, really good. We found two spots. I think there's one right over there. I'm not sure if it's all the way through. And we've got right here, probably by that brace, you can see where it's just starting to go through, but nothing significant at all. Corners are in great shape all the way along the back wall. The rest of the bed looks spectacular, at least from the top anyway. So I'd have to say that's a really, really good start right from the get-go. Now it's time to probably make our way to that interior. So give us a couple of minutes. We got a few things to move out of the way on the other side there. Then we can start swinging these doors open and see what it looks like on the inside. All right, so we got enough stuff cleaned out from either side here. So that way we can get inside either side of the doors. We can check out this interior. Obviously you can see the headliner is hanging. Not a big deal. Get this door open here. I'll try and show you what we were talking about here with door-wise. Like they are, oh, get our flashlight turned on the right way. They are in excellent, excellent shape. All the way along the bottoms, you can see other than the rubbers hanging there, just dirty, a little bit of surface rust. Like not an issue whatsoever on either side. Same thing with the rockers, like a little bit of surface rust and stuff, but man, they are in great, great shape. Both sides. Door jambs, that kind of stuff, great shape. A little bit starting right there, that corner, but overall, 95 out of 100 as far as I'm concerned. And then back here, it starts a little bit. Obviously, we were showing you starting around this wheel well. The inner fender's going there. Same thing back here. You can see it starting to rust out. You can see the frame there, but if you can see that spot of the frame, it looks in excellent, excellent shape. We'll get you underneath the car here a little bit before we go so you can see what we saw. Hood, nice shape. You know, other than being dirty from sitting for many, many years, There's a little crack in the windshield. And I'm sure when we swung the camera inside, you saw that huge problem sticking out. There's one crack in the dash right there. I can't believe it. I'm not sure why we bought this car. Just kidding. The floors. The floors are the big issue in this thing. They're pretty well rotten from the front to the back. Tunnel's good, both sides. This side's not nearly as bad. We'll show you in a minute. We'll see if we can get this light set up over here so we can show you in behind here. Give me a second. Get her stuck down in there. Get this seat flipped forward. So there you can see someone's tried to start doing some of the repairs, but she's pretty well rotten. Muffler's in great shape. We'll pull back the other side too as well. Headliner pretty well gone, but back window and stuff is in good shape, obviously. But we're definitely going to have to do full floors on this thing. Front to back, left and right. Hopefully we can just keep the tunnel that's there. But we'll figure that out here in the next little bit. But not bad overall, obviously, other than the floors. I don't know why the rest of the car, you know, the rockers, that kind of stuff are in such great shape. But the floors are just shot. Even the seats are in pretty good shape. Obviously not attached to anything. Headliner gone. Windshield's got a little crack in it. But the dash, excellent shape. We've got, 93,000 kilometers. I'm kind of looking at the pedals down here. I definitely think it is just 93. I don't think it's 193, that's for sure. Got our vent, like everything is there. Looks like everything's working. We're not hitting that brake pedal yet, of course. We'll leave that for another day. We don't want to have that failure today. Got a clock there, heater. Not an AC car, but obviously, so be it. We haven't went in the glove box or anything yet. We'll do that in a minute on the other side. But overall, like I said, other than floors, excellent, excellent candidate. If it wasn't for us, this thing probably would have just got sent to the scrapyard. So thank you so much to the owners or the previous owners for letting us grab this up for the first car on our channel. Because obviously, everyone needs to have some sort of work truck. We figure, what's better than an El Camino? Car up front, truck out back. Best of both worlds. So we'll get over here to the other side, get this door open, and it's pretty much a repeat of the other side. Hammer on the really, really good shape. You know, a couple little spots right there, but it's not rotten through or anything, just surface rust all the way along. Door jambs are in good shape. It's just starting to rust out a little bit here, as you can see. But other than that, rockers, excellent, excellent shape. And then back to just the floor. This side's not nearly as bad as the other side. I'm sure if we really wanted to, we could probably have someone patch it or something like that. You can see some raccoon leftovers. But really, floor is the worst issue. Let me get this seat flipped forward here. I'll show you this back side as well. Get in here. There we go. You can see that someone's already started. Not nearly as bad as the other side. So you can see that it's rotten right to there. I think it's just mostly just a spot. We'll see if we can get the... Yeah, there we go. So this is mostly just a hole rotten through here, and this back panel is okay. Unlike the other side, looks like they've already started to tear it out. So a little bit more work on that side than this side, but we still will probably just replace the entire floor pans. As you can see down there, not so bad, just super rusty. Sure, if we take a screwdriver, we can... Oh, got our camera caught. Sure, if we take a screwdriver, we can probably just pop our way through it. Same thing. Like pretty reasonable, respectable on this side. And just a crack on the windshield over there. Hood's in good shape. Once we clean this thing up, get some Vice Grip Garage clear coat on it, or that Poppy's Patina, something along those lines. Once we get a few of these spots fixed on the outside, and I think this thing will be an excellent daily driver for us here. Now, unfortunately, we do get snow, so maybe we'll just have to throw some snow tires on, plow on the front, and keep driving this thing all year. What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments, because, hey, that's what they used to do when they first bought them, so I don't see what's going to stop us now. All right, so we'll see if we can get this hood popped open. We can finally check underneath this hood and see what we've got for power. Pretty sure it's a 350. Get her pulled there. She was a little difficult to get open when we came, but I think we've got it now. Oh, there we go. Get her hand under here. Ah, there we go. That is a wonderful looking green. Come on in here and I'll show you what we're talking about. So there we go. Hood is open. Definitely 350. And by the looks of it, I don't think this thing's ever been out. Obviously, someone's done some spray painting on a few things, that kind of stuff. But all original under the hood by the looks of it. Still got the fan shroud. Stickers are still there. Obviously, you've got a few things hanging around. I'm not sure why they painted the alternator. Let's grab our flashlight and we can get a better look at this thing. All right, so here we go. Let's see what we got going on under here. That's Delco distributor, so it looks like a newer style distributor. Got some newer plugs. I can see a plug down there. Looks a little rusty. See if I can get you down in there so you can see. She's looking a little rusty down there, but I don't think we'll have any issues. We'll lube everything all up, but it doesn't look disturbed at all. I mean, all the wires are there. Nothing looks like it's been chewed by any animals, other than a little bit of a green paint job. Same thing on this side. I mean, everything looks to be there. We'll get this top off here in a second. See if the throttle linkage moves, that kind of stuff. Let's see what we got in here. Oh, we've got fluid in there. I'm not sure about the back. We'll check that in a minute when we got all our hands, but the plastic and everything is all there for all our drainage and our washer fluid, stuff like that. I mean, it's not too bad in here at all. Inner fenders are in great shape. You know, the fenders front and on both sides are in really good shape, unlike the back that have a little bit on them. I think this is definitely a great candidate. I don't think this is going to take too much at all. At least I hope it's not going to take too much at all. But I mean, all the hoses, wires, everything looks connected. Nothing's been messed with. So really, when we come back for the next video, I definitely think we're going to be able to get this thing running. We'll get this camera put back up on the stand. Let's grab out the transmission stick. Grab out the oil stick. Maybe see if there's any water still left in this rad. And hey, I think maybe we're in good shape for the next video. What do you guys think? A little bit of rust starting under the hood right there that I just noticed, but nothing bad at all. Overall, extremely, extremely clean car. All right, so we found an old paper towel laying around here. Let's check the old blood stick first, see what we got in the old transmission. Oh, get out of there. Get out here in some light. Oh, she is definitely full. I don't know if you can see that on camera. She's full. Not a bad red color. Think we'll be okay with that. At least she's not leaking. Go over here to the Earl, see what we got in here. Oh. Man, this thing either had a fresh oil change or like, that's clean oil. See if I can show you on camera here. Get in there. Whoa, almost fell off. That's a nice clean oil. You know, it's a little bit dirty, but I mean, really, for something that's been sitting 10 or 12 years, definitely impressed. I'm thinking our chances of getting this thing running are getting better by the minute. See what it tastes like here. See if we've got any fluid or anything in it. Doesn't taste like, a little bit like gas, but that's about it. There's no antifreeze or anything in that, that's for sure. Man, I hate doing that, but it's the best way to check. So like I said, the brake booster does have fluid in it, at least in the front chamber. Let's see what we got. Back dry, front full. So maybe we'll even have a little bit of brakes. Obviously, we're going to have to do a full once-over on this thing, but once again, this thing is looking better and better all the time. See if we can get this rad cap open here, maybe. Oh, that's a stiff one. You can tell that hasn't been open in a while. Oh, My poor old man hands can't quite get it. See if we got something to whack it with. I didn't bring any tools or anything with me today. Ah, there we go. Ah, there we go. We found God's hammer. Big old chunk of wood. Doesn't seem to be doing a whole lot, though. I think we'll have to try and get an old pair of pliers here for next time before we can get this thing off. She is not, it's wiggling, but it is not wanting to turn. Oh, solid. Okay, well, guess we're checking the rad next time. See what we can get in here. We'll look at some plug wires. We'll see what kind of carburetor we got. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a good old Quadrajet. Get this off of here. See what we got for a filter. Old dirty filter. Not too bad. And yes, good old Quadrajet. It's not something I've ever worked on or had to rebuild. Hopefully we don't have to this time, but I'm sure we're going to. See if that throttle linkage works on the other side. Ooh, she's a little stuck. That is stiff. There we go. We got her loosened up. Hold on a second. Let me grab the... Get some light in here. There we go. She took a second, but she's loosened up now. Hear the pedal moving. Nothing's opening up in the carb there, but see if we can. Not sure if we can see down inside here. Looks pretty damn clean. Hold on, see if we can get. What do you see? Oh, looks pretty good to me. Same thing this side. Sure, we may have to do a little bit of a rebuild, but that looks nice and clean inside, that's for sure. Throttle linkage moving. Everything just looks like it should be. We're going to pull the plugs out. We'll fill it full of Marble Mystery Oil, let it sit for a little bit. Throw some new plugs in, put on those wires, and cross our fingers. But, man, I think for the first project on the channel here, we scored. What do you guys think we paid for this thing? Let us know in the comments. We'd like to see who's the closest. Now remember, we're up here in Canada, so our Canadian dollar is a little bit different to our friends down in the US, but I will say we paid under $5,000 Canadian. You make up your mind whether it's worth it or not, and we'll let you know in the future who is the closest. So quickly before we go, we'll give you a little shot underneath here. We'll be able to go a little bit more into depth into this, at least the underneath chassis and stuff once we get it home. But you can see it is in really, really good shape down here. Obviously a little bit dirty, that kind of stuff. We'll have to do brakes, probably some body bushings, stuff like that. But excellent, excellent shape. Chassis and frame, a little bit rusty, but it looks really, really good, especially considering the way those floors were. We'll take you around to the back here. Same thing, you'll be able to see the gas tank. I mean, unless the top of it's rotten. Hopefully you can see underneath here everything, like gas tank. Excellent shape, straps. I mean, true duals on this thing. The muffler's looking excellent shape. Rear end, it's not dripping. I mean, obviously we got a little bit of wind to add into some of the tires and that kind of stuff. You can see the frame. A little rusty, but in excellent, excellent shape. And once again, we'll go more into this once we get the car home, but we took a couple quick minutes, looked underneath when we first checked it out and went, yep, we'll take it. A little bit of dirt in the muffler though. And a few other little things here before we end this video off. We want to show you shutting the door. Because man, I can't believe how nice this door shuts. It kind of shows you how good this car still really is. Like we're barely swinging it. She's shut. You can hear the rust falling out from the bottom. So there we have it. That's the first episode of Backyard Motorworks. I can't thank you all for watching. If you're not a subscriber, hit that subscribe button down below and ring that bell. That way you're going to get all the upcoming videos on this thing. You've got to get it running and driving and get it home. Then, of course, all the work begins. So we'll be back next week with another video on this thing. Thank you again. We'll see you soon.